you start when I start talking?
I will. My iPad keeps shutting down. Okay, Brooke.
Alright.
Thumbs up.
Most people don't completely realize how fast life can change for them. In a blink of an eye, in a matter of days, everything you once knew can change. I found that out the hard way 5 years ago. One day I woke up and all was okay. Later that week I got hospitalized because I couldn't walk. It took months and a lot of trips to different specialists before anyone could give me a single answer. All that time I was in pain every day. Pain became a part of me and not just something I felt every once in a while. After many trips to the doctor with no explanation and more pain, I found hope. I was diagnosed after 1 year of living with an unknown pain. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a disorder characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain. Currently, there is no cure for fibromyalgia, no test or x-ray for diagnosing fibromyalgia. One of the most common ways they can try to diagnose, Mayo Clinic explains, having multiple tender points 11 to 18 above and below the waist. The pain is unbearable, and you must have that pain for 6 months to a year for them to characterize it as chronic widespread pain. Well, in the process of trying to get diagnosed, it's good to see many doctors. During the process of getting diagnosed, the doctors often take many blood tests to rule out certain syndromes such as Lyme's disease or lupus. Sadly, fibromyalgia isn't just chronic widespread pain. There are many other symptoms that go along with it. One symptom that accompanies fibromyalgia is fatigue, or being very tired. Many people get a full night's sleep and wake up feeling still not rested. Then there are those people who have sleeping disorders like insomnia. When you have fibromyalgia, getting a good night's rest really isn't in the cards. Another symptom that goes along with fibromyalgia is digestive issues. Many people who are affected by fibromyalgia have IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome. You either get very constipated or you always have loose bowel movements. Along with fatigue and digestive issues, there's cognitive issues. Mainly with not being able to focus on one task for a very long time. Sometimes fibromyalgia affects the brain in a way that you feel fuzzy, and doctors have called that fibrofog. Living with fibromyalgia is not only physically draining, but it wears on your emotions. Many fibromyalgia patients have depression and anxiety. The depression can come from many things, like the feeling that you're not normal. Life isn't easy constantly living in pain. The everyday body aches that affect fibromyalgia patients throughout the day affect the ability they have to do physical activity. Even the simplest of things can be a burden for patients, like brushing your hair. Fibromyalgia starts to consume everything in how you feel. There currently is no cure for fibromyalgia, but one way of treating fibromyalgia and the depression together would be a medication like Cymbalta. Also, there is over-the-counter drugs such as ibuprofen or Advil. Other drugs used for treating nerve damage also work for treating fibromyalgia. Life certainly can change right before your eyes. I personally think living with pain every day is an example of how it can change for the worst. You cannot let the pain get to you, though. You must overcome it. The everyday struggle, and try to live as normal as possible. That means when you wake up not well rested and your bed has never seemed more comfortable, you must get up and get going. Having a syndrome should not define a person, even if their physical abilities are very poor compared to most people who don't experience pain. You are still a valuable human being, even if you may not be completely